إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة وكشف الغمة وجاهد في الله حق جهاده حتى أتاه اليقين صلوات الله وسلامه عليه وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين وعلى أزواجه أمهات المؤمنين وعلى الصحابة أجمعين والتابعين وتابعيهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين وعنا معهم بفضلك ومنك وكرمك يا أكرم الأكرمين. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. Indeed, all praise due to Allah, whom we praise, asking for His assistance, His forgiveness, and His guidance. We seek refuge with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the evil of ourselves and from our bad deeds. Whomsoever Allah guides, nothing can misguide, and whomsoever Allah misguides, nothing can guide. I bear witness and testify that there is no God but Allah, and I bear witness and testify that Muhammad is Allah's slave and messenger. Brothers and sisters in Islam, I have chosen, with tawfiq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this khutbah to be suitable with an event that happened in this month some 1400 years ago. But it is not that what many of the Muslims think, not what most of the Muslims think. It is actually from a very totally different perspective, which not much of Muslims know it actually. So I hope, inshallah, that this khutbah will be very enjoyable. Yes, and I hope that we learn from it. So let's hear about this topic. Um, as we all know, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given His messengers and prophets special features more than anybody else of His creation of human being. And He gave them also a lot of miracles. Nabiyyuna sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, our prophet, has given the most, more than any of other prophet or messenger. So if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave our Nabiullah Dawood a beautiful voice, and if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave Yusuf alayhi salam a beautiful face, good-looking face, and by the way, the word beautiful, jameel, in Arabic, it's suitable, it can go for male and female. But I think in English, it has to be handsome for the male and beautiful for the female, but actually I'm going to use what's in Arabic translated into English. Like I can say beautiful for also face of a man. That's how it is in our language. So our messenger, our Nabi, our Prophet Muhammad was given better in that senses, the voice and the beautiful face, more than Dawood and more than Yusuf. By his own words, he said, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, ما بعث الله نبيا إلا حسن الوجه حسن الصوت وإن نبيكم أحسنهم وجها وأحسنهم صوتا. He said, Allah never sent any Nabi or any prophet or any messenger except he has a beautiful voice and a beautiful face. And your prophet has the best voice and the best face. That's he said about himself. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So inshallah, this khutbah is going to be about our beloved Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Rasulullah bi abi huwa wa ummi. And we are going to tell you inshallah, how was your Nabi, your Prophet, the Messenger of Allah, how was he look like? And I don't think that many of us knows how our Prophet Muhammad looks like. Except just a few of us. And this khutbah could be extended into the next week and after, inshallah. And this khutbah about how we get the explanation or this how Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam looked like is from that old woman who lives in a tent in the desert, exactly in the middle of nowhere between Mecca and Medina. She has a tent. She is an old woman with her old husband, whom they have like a couple of sheep, a couple of goats, and they used to feed the travelers. And yukrimun al-dayf. When it comes yukrimun al-dayf, be generous with the guests, it means it's for free. It wasn't their business. So for free. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam passed by her tent, him and his companion, his beloved friend, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu anhu ardah, and another person whose name were Amir ibn Fuhayra. And this Amir ibn Fuhayra is a very important person in Islam. He has a great biography, seerah, but this is not the place to talk about. Inshallah, we could talk about these things in one of the lectures of every Friday, inshallah, when we are talking about the seerah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So, they were in their way, those three, with a tracker. They have a tracker with them. His name is Ibn Urayqat, Abdullah ibn Urayqat, and he was kafir actually, But he was a man of his word. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam trusted him and he paid him to lead them to the way of Medina, escaping from Quraysh. So he was trustworthy, although he was a kafir, and he did his job in the best way. And all the historian of Islam, no one is make 100% statement that he became Muslim. So some of them, they say he became Muslim and he's a Sahabi. Some of them say, no, he never became a Muslim and this issue will be still hanging there. So they asked, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked Ma'bad, that woman, do you have any milk? She said, no, we don't. And she apologized. And he saw in the corner of a tent a very skinny goat, she-goat, so skinny. Her, its bones, you can't count them. He said, can I have that she-goat? She said, but there's nothing in it. لا نقي فيها. نقي, even it doesn't have that thing inside the bones. مخ العظام. It doesn't have the مخ العظام inside it. She barely can walk. But she insisted she gave it to him. And of course, he rubbed her. Its back, and it's that place of giving the milk, and he made some prayer, and then they start milking her. And Muhammad filled each and every container that he has. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he used to give each and every one to drink, and he drank the last one. And he said, Saqi al-qawmi akhirahum. The one who is giving drink to his friends or people, he has to drink the last. That's how was Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this inshallah khutbah is going to be having a lot of reading, because I had to extract the meaning of what Ma'bad said, describing Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam when her husband came and he asked her, where is that milk from? She said that from that Mubarak man, from that blessed man. He said, describe him to me. She started describing, and she was a woman of a great Arabic rhetoric. Her words were so authentic Arabic, so strong, that will make us, even the Arabic speakers, will only get to understand these words from the English translation. That's it. Because in Arabic, no one can understand, because of the powerful and great words that they are not used anymore nowadays. So, Ma'bad starts saying, رَأَيْتُ رَجُلًا ظَاهِرَ الْوَضَاءِ. And brothers and sisters, I want to remind you, whenever I mention Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whether by his name or by saying he was or he is or anything that's referring to him, please, all of us, say sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Even if I mention this 1,000 times, wallahi, this is the best gain you could gain in this book. So, رَأَيْتُ رَجُلًا ظَاهِرَ الْوَضَاءِ. I saw a man with obvious handsomeness and appearance and cleanliness. أَبْلَجَ الْوَجْهِ, with a glowing, radiant face. حَسَنُ الْخَلْقِ, beautiful in creation, beautifully created. لَمْ تَعِبْهُ ثُجْلَةً. It's an Arabic word, but I don't think that anybody can understand the meaning. لَمْ تَعِبْهُ ثُجْلَةً. It means that with no bulging belly disgracing him. وَلَمْ تَزْرِ بِهِ صَعْلَةً, or doesn't have a small head disgorging him. His head was not so small on that big body. Wasim is from the word ism. ism, that every name, from the word name actually, Wasim, like it's a sign on someone. Wasim means as if the beauty and the handsomeness is his name. As if the beauty and the handsomeness is radiant from him to everybody on the face of earth. Wasim, Qasim, Wasim, overly handsome. All his parts are handsome, beautiful. Qasim, and wholly beautiful. في عينيه دعج. In his eyes are big, and the inside of them, the pupil is big and round, and the white in there is extremely white, and the black in there is extremely black. في أشفاره وطف. أشفاره means eyelashes. They have watf. They are so long and upward curved. It is a point of beauty. That's how he was. في صوته صحل. His voice is devoid of harshness. There is a little bah or a little of echo in his voice. في عنقه سطع. In his neck is so long and it is glowing like marble. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. في لحيته كثافة. His beard is so thick and beautiful. Ahwar means the eyes are all the way so long. The end of the eyes are so long, and also the white is extremely white, and the black is extremely black. Akhal. His eyelids has black line. Naturally, there is a black line from where the eyelashes are growing all the way to the end of his eyes. By nature, by khilqah. Azaj. His eyebrows are like as if they are drawn. They are so thin and they are like bow, like curved. And in the middle, they are almost touching themselves, but not. Almost touching themselves. Aqran is it is azaj, the bow here and thin, and aqran they are almost muqtarinan, almost and hitting themselves. With extremely black hair. This is number 17 of the. Actually, there are like 30 different things. إذا صمت علاه الوقار. Who is stately when silent because of his majesty. When he's silent, he's so majestic. وإذا تكلم علاه البهاء. And gorgeous when speaking. أجمل الناس. He is the most handsome and striking man. حلو المنطق. His speech is so sweet. His speech is so sweet, clear, and decisive to the point. لا نذر ولا هذر. These are from how he speaks, So I'm going to skip this. Rab'a, he's not short and he's not so tall. So when you look at him, you don't go like this or like this. He is in the level of the eyes, but in the describing of Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu, when he say Rab'a, but he said, nevertheless, if Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was walking with any person that he is to be known as he is tall, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, you are going to see him taller than him. You never see him shorter than him. When he walk next anyone who is attributed of very tall, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam will be taller than him. So that's in the description of Ali. غصن بين غصنين, a beautiful branch between two branches with Abu Bakr as-Siddiq and Amr ibn Fuhayra. But he is the most beautiful of the three. له رفقاء يحفون به إذا قال استمعوا له وإذا أمر تبادروا لأمره. He has companions. They are all every time around him, waiting for any command of him, so that they compete to make his command or to do his command, competing for doing his command. When he talks, they give all their ears to listen to him. محفود محشود. A lot of people are serving him. A lot of people is around him, attending him. لا عابس. He doesn't have a gloomy face. ولا مفند. He didn't say some words that are not understood. This is a little of description of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and there is another descriptions by Ali ibn Abi Talib. Why? Because Ali radiallahu anhu, he was living with him, so he could look at things that no one can see, like inside him, his body actually, which is not awra, of course, that can be appeared during the Hajj, like the hair of the chest, the bones of him, how strong he was, the shoulders, the palms of the hand, the head, the hair, how he used to walk. So there is another, but all the historians are say that Wasf Ma'bad was the best and the most beautiful. And on top of that, there was no other Sahaba that giving any description for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They were a lot of them. One of the Sahaba said, if you ask me to describe Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I will not be able to. Why? Because of his majestic. They never dared to look at him directly. Never. To see how he looks. But Ma'bad, she's a woman. She's a bald woman. And she saw a man that he never saw something like that before. So it is naturally that the woman described a man. And Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu, he was living with him. So they lived together. And Hassan ibn Thabit, the poet of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, has summarized all this in 2 lines of poetry. Beautiful lines of poetry. Maybe one of the best lines of poetry in all Arabic poetries. He said, وَأَحْسَنُ مِنْكَ لَمْ تَرَ قَطُّ عَيْنِي وَأَجْمَلُ مِنْكَ لَمْ تَلِدِ النِّسَاءُ خُلِقْتَ مُبَرَّأً مِنْ كُلِّ عَيْبٍ كَأَنَّكَ خُلِقْتَ كَمَا تَشَاءُ. My eyes never saw anyone who is more beautiful than you. And the women will not be able to deliver such a good-looking, handsome, beautiful human being. You were created free of any defect, free of any ayb, free of any defect, as if you were created the way you wanted. It's really a beautiful, beautiful piece of poetry, and this is our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, bi abi wa ummi. The time has charging us actually, and I feel that I have not been able to continue, but as I said in the beginning, this khutbah is going to take more than 1 week. So I just want to say his name quickly. For Muhammad ibn Abdullah. When I say ibn, it means the son. Muhammad ibn Abdullah ibn Abd al-Muttalib ibn Hashim ibn Abd Manaf ibn Qusay ibn Kilab ibn Murrah ibn Ka'b ibn Lu'ay ibn Ghalib ibn Fihr ibn Malik ibn Nadr ibn Kinana ibn Khuzaymah ibn Mudrika ibn Ilyas ibn Mudar ibn Nizar ibn Ma'd ibn Adnan sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wa baraka يا سيدي يا رسول الله بأبي أنت وأمي أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن والاه. I'm going to finish this khutbah with what I have started in the beginning about that thing that most of the Muslims were anticipating me to talk about in this month. It is Rabi' al-Awwal. It is the month of the birth of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. But, brothers and sisters, never been clear-cut that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was born on the 12th of this month. Never. Ibn Kathir, as a historian, he listed about 10 different sayings of when he was, from other historians. One of them, he was born in the 2nd, the other on the 8th, the other on the 10th, other one by Ibn Ishaq on the 12th. Some of the historians even, they said he was born in Ramadan. Others, he was born in Safar. So there is no one clear statement when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was born. So 100% he wasn't born in the 12th of Rabi' al-Awwal. Yes, he was born on Monday. He was born in Rabi' al-Awwal, but when? Nobody knows. But listen to this, brothers and sisters. All the historians, open all the books of history, of Sirah, all of them agreed upon the day of his death. It was the 12th of Rabi' al-Awwal. So do you think that celebrating his birth with happiness and joy, and some people use music, some people go and eat, some people dance, Allah Hayy, these things, in the day of his death? Do you think that this is suitable? So please, leave this and do not do this. And none of the Sahaba celebrate his day of birth. But he himself, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he celebrated his date of birth. When he was asked, why are you fasting Monday? He said, that's the day I was born in. That's the way of the celebration. You want to celebrate? Fast Monday. You can say this, the way of celebrating. But the other that we see around the Islamic world, it is bid'ah, and it is really should not be there. Should not be happening. And I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us know our religion well and do not make any bid'ah. اللهم اجعلنا ممن يستمعون القول فيتبعون احسنه. ان الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا ايها الذين امنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما صليت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. وبارك على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما باركت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. ربنا اغفر لنا ذنوبنا واسرافنا في امرنا وثبت اقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. اللهم اغفر لنا ولوالدينا ولوالد والدينا والى كل من له حق من المسلمين علينا يا رب العالمين. اللهم اشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين. اللهم ارحم موتانا وموتى المسلمين يا رب العالمين. عباد الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله العظيم يذكركم واشكروه على نعمه يزدكم ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون. وأقم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قامت الصلاة قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
استووا واستقيموا في الصلاة. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Just to remind you to pass by the donation boxes. It's just a reminder and a polite one. Jazakumullahu khairan. Thank you. I didn't see it. I wasn't here. Thank you for